Welcome back to Dream Designs, a series where I learn how to build and you guys can follow me or you guys could be inspired and build with me. So this episode is the yellow tree. Last episode we built this blue tree. I do want to give a reminder before this episode, this is not a direct tutorial series at all, and especially this video. This video did not turn out how I wanted. So I hope at least you can be a little bit inspired by this video, but this video is not to be taken as a tutorial, just as kind of a building video of me just chilling and building. So I hope you guys enjoy. This is the yellow tree. Okay, I'm gonna start off with the stem being out of quartz because I think a pure white stem would just be the best for this tree. We're gonna go over here. So this tree that I'm doing, the yellow and kind of light magic one, is gonna be inspired by this tree from, I found it on Pinterest. The username was Willow Tree with like spaces in between the name. I think this tree looks really good for a custom tree and I am inspired by it, so I'm gonna try and create the same design roughly in my own kind of style with this light magical tree. So first, the base of it looks a bit thick, so I'm just gonna make kind of a plus sign right here to start it off. Then I'll put some stairs and slabs around it to texture it. Maybe another one right there and a stair right there. And put some, what are these things called again? The roots traveling around it like little snakes. Also, just a word of note that it is the 3rd of July as I am recording this, and I am American, so if you hear any booms on my mic, it's either a firework or a bomb, so don't worry about it. Anyway, so we're gonna use some pillars to make a, not there because there's a stair there. We're gonna use some pillars, a mixture of pillars and smooth quartz for a texture, because the pillars look like a tree trunk, so I'm using a tree trunk texture because this is a tree, you know. And I am just kind of going around with the slabs and maybe the stairs, finding areas where it needs to build up, finding areas where I might need to take out. The tree that I am inspired by is kind of crooked, so we will put a upside down stair there, continue off with some quartz up, and then another slab, and a right side up stair there. Also put a slab right there. That looks pretty good. And then keep on traveling up. I actually went to use some quartz pillar instead. Okay, there is a pretty decent trunk. Now we need to work on the branches. We will start with a center point there, and then there is 3 different branches on this tree. I'll start with the back one. We'll put a block right there, and the branches seem kind of thin, so we'll just do a stair and then a slab, and then maybe 2 slabs and another slab, and then it kind of goes up, and then put a slab right there, and then maybe another stair such as this. That's pretty good, but I do want it to go up. So I think because there's clearly some piling up for the branches right there, so I do want to maybe put an upside down stair there and just leave it like that. That's pretty good. I kind of like that. So I will put a stair right there, a slab on the top of it behind it, and it does go taller quicker. I don't know how to explain that. So I'm gonna put another block there and then an upside down stair, and then pile up with some blocks. And it might help if I have like a stair there for it to look more natural. Yeah, that's good enough. And then I'll put another upside down stair, another slab on top, and then just kind of pile up these blocks a little bit. There we go. I like that. That's pretty good. These, I'm not too worried about what the branches look like because they're not going to be seen too much with the solid yellow blocks that I have in my palette. So I'm just worried about kind of the shape of the branch. Now this branch I think does need to go diagonal this way to cover some space, empty space that we have. So that's gonna be a little tough. I'm gonna use the same strategy of what I did to that tree earlier. I will be going in a diagonal direction as I'm flying, and then I will just keep on placing certain blocks. I might want to place a stair right there. And then I think a block right there would work. And then start to place more slabs. There we go. I like that. That's a pretty simple tree. It doesn't look too much like the tree that I had as an example, but you know what? That is good enough. I do like the simplicity of it. Not too many branches, like the amount of branches I did to that one. The kind of magical element that I wanted to implement in this tree is simple and light magic. I find light magic to be more simple and cleaner. This tree wants to look clean, not super chaotic. So I will try and make it look a little more simpler. It kind of looks funny over here. Looks funky looking. Okay, what kind of yellow blocks do we want? I do want to use some frog lights. I'm trying to keep these trees as survival friendly as possible because, you know, it just would be nice. And I want to provide an example that you could build these trees in survival if you were determined enough. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start at the top of this tree right here, of this branch, not the tree. And what this tree has, an example, is it's kind of little bowl shapes on top of the branches. They're not completely covering up the branch. So I'm gonna try and implement that. Let's start with the wool. I think we need to just start with a simple circular shape on top. And then we need to kind of go in a circular pattern as we go down. I'm thinking little tents, or I'm thinking, what am I thinking? What are those things called that you use out in the rain? I am not smart right now. What are those called, bro? Umbrellas. Umbrellas is what I'm talking about. I'm thinking of being an umbrella. Kind of thinking umbrella shapes. That's okay. I'm gonna start using terracotta. We're gonna texture this out. We're gonna change textures, so don't worry about it looking super bad right now. Now I'm just gonna have this flow down, like as if it were kind of a mushroom. Ooh, kind of like that. It's very unique. I'm really not trying to make these trees look realistic at all, because, you know, A, they're magical trees, B, it's Minecraft. Like, it's gonna be hard to make, realistic trees right here. So yeah, I'm gonna take a layer around this off because it's a little too thick right here. There we go. And then I'm gonna start to put random bits of terracotta up here to start blending out that texture. I just now realized I did not start recording replay mod, so sorry if you were missing replay mod footage. Whoops. So it's really hard to place concrete powder in places. You gotta make sure there's a block below it, or it will just end up falling off the edge like that. But I do want to try implementing concrete powder because I do like the texture of it. Now, is there a way I can get away with using glazed terracotta? Is there a way? No, I don't think there's a way of me being able to get away with that. So what I'm seeing now is that it's too blocky. It's too blocky right here. It's way too blocky, so I got to redefine it. So we will just start squishing it in, collapsing it inside of each other. It's all about reshaping things as you build it. Obviously you're not gonna get the right shape as soon as you build it, so it's okay if you need to reshape stuff. Okay, is that side too blocky? No, I think that's pretty good. Shortening it was definitely the right way to go. Now I do want to bring some more wool texture down here. I am missing a block that I wanted to use, but I forgot what I wanted to use. It was concrete, yellow concrete. It's a little darker than wool and a little lighter than terracotta. So I'm going to be using this between the terracotta and the wool. It does look like a tree that's transitioning from fall to spring or such, but I like that branching, so I'm gonna move on to, I like the leaves, not the branching, but I'm gonna move on to this area and kind of do the same technique. We will start what we did, that's the same as that one. We'll start with wool, making a circular object, going down a layer and then going out and thinking like I'm an umbrella. And then I'm gonna go down after that layer, start to make it flow down as if it were water or cloth running over the branches. And remember, you can always go in slow-mo, see and inspect all the different kinds of clickings I'm doing and breaking of blocks, and where I'm placing blocks, you can always go in slow-mo and turn it to like 0.5%. Okay, and now I'm just putting in some terracotta at the bottom and starting to transition it with the concrete blocks up to the wool, setting it randomly around and lesser amounts at the top. And then I'm gonna put some concrete powder at the top, such as this. There we go. Now we got our second leaves. Oops, I dropped some concrete powder. Whoops. Where did that fall from? Oh, that fell from here. I really want a concrete powder there, so I'm gonna put a block under it. Okay, now let's do the same thing that we did for both of those on this branch. So we start with the wool. I'll start bending it about here, putting a circular object around. I'm not going full circular like that. I am cutting a few corners because I don't want it to be too perfect. I kind of want it to be randomized. All right, yellow terracotta at the bottom. You should know the technique by now. We've already built 2 of these. Okay, and then yellow concrete. And then yellow concrete powder sprinkled at the top. And there we go. That's not bad. I thought this would look a little weird, but you know, if you think more abstract about it and less realistic, it doesn't look that bad. Now, this is looking a bit bare over here. I will be sprinkling up some branches and leaves over here, because on the example, there are a couple leaves that are flowing off the middle of the branches that is around the middle of the stem, but not too much. So I'm not going to go too crazy with this. I will redefine it in a second here. I do kind of want to keep the middle seen, because I want you to be able to distinct that those are branches. But yeah, I will start to put some terracotta at the bottom of these. Okay, I like that. I like it. I like how it looks so far. The branches and the leaves look pretty good. The next thing I did was put a layer of glass over everything that I just built. It was a layer of yellow glass on the top, and then I put a white layer underneath of that. But after doing all of that, it sucked. I don't know why I decided that. It's just because the yellow glass is not the right kind of tinted yellow that I needed for this tree, or that I wanted it to look like. So I scratched that completely and ended up taking all of the glass. So I'm gonna skip ahead, but just in case you guys do want glass, you can experiment a little bit more. You can also, if you like what the glass looks like here, then you can do it. Of course, if you're building this in your world, there's no kind of restrictions, of course. This is why I don't do direct tutorials. I only just showcase what I build when I'm building, because I think that's a lot more fun than watching a tutorial. But I do apologize that this tree is not coming out how the blue tree did last episode. I don't know. Apparently yellow is just the hardest color to build with in Minecraft, because I built a blue tree yesterday, or not yesterday, last episode, and for some reason I can't build a yellow one. What's the difference? What else to do next? Because it needs a little bit more, but I don't know. I think it looks okay. I'm not sure what else to put for it. What does some yellow banners look like? Does those look bad? Those don't look that bad. So I'm gonna try and put some yellow banners around. That doesn't look that bad. I kind of like that. It was a little too much of the banners, but that's fine. What else can I put on here? I'm just not sure what else to put. Maybe I can put some white stained glass panes and start to put in the end rods, because the end rods might make it look a little better and more magical. I definitely need that magical element. I could put in some bells. I've seen some bells as examples for some trees. I just really like my trees to have something that's floating off of them, like hanging off of them, because that's kind of what makes it look a little magical. So I like to implement this technique a lot, where I just put a bunch of different things that are floating off of them. Okay, now I'm gonna put maybe some white stained glass down, and then start to put some end rods down, mainly off of the branches, since the branches are white. I can make these float off of them. And I'm gonna make sure they flow really far down close to the ground so you can see them past the leaves. Okay, now I have some white things hang off the tree, and it looks a little more magical. I kind of like it. It's very abstract, it's very magical, looks very pretty. And what else can I hang off of this tree to make it just a little bit more magical? Maybe some hanging signs off of some places. That could work. I don't like the chains on them though. This is a hard tree, guys. This is a really hard tree to do. Maybe the yellow frog lights could help? Maybe if I add in those in some places? Okay. Yeah, this tree definitely looks like the strangest tree I've ever made, but it doesn't look that bad to me. I don't know. If I look at it long enough, it definitely looks a little weird. This might be the best angle of it, but it looks a little better. This tree is so hard, guys, and you're probably yelling at me thinking that I don't know how to build, which I don't, and now it's just it's gonna give me a panic attack, guys. I can't figure this tree out. I thought it looks a lot better. The idea of a yellow shiny tree, it looked a lot better in my head, but now that I'm implementing it, it's not looking too good. I'm sorry, guys. I probably got a lot of people's hopes up for this tree. But in reality, it's not looking too good. Okay, so from this build, I have determined that yellow is the hardest color to build out of because I don't know what happened here. I built that beautiful thing last episode, but this... Oh shoot, I'm in my Misadventures outfit. Ignore that. That's a little sneak peek into Misadventures if you haven't seen that. But so this tree is so incredibly like weird to me. I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions in the comments, this was basically an experimental build. I guess I could add like some leaves on the bottom, I guess. That probably won't help too much though, but I don't know. I just thought a yellow, light, magical, heavenly looking tree. I guess if I would have used like, instead of the wool and terracotta, and if I used like birch and bamboo, it would have looked a little better because those were light yellows. But I don't know, it just was in my head a lot better. I'm sorry if I disappointed some of you guys. It just wasn't working out, I guess. I hope my next build, which will be the red tree, I think that one might work a lot better. But this tree is definitely the most abstract and weirdest tree I have ever built. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm just gonna upload this on a whim. Hope I give one of you guys an idea. Please ignore my outfit. I forgot to switch out of it. That next Misadventure episode will come out eventually, but this is my outfit for that series. It's not my regular outfit. I am having so much trouble trying to reverse back up here. Okay, so thank you for watching, guys. Sorry if this wasn't the build that you were expecting. I wish it was too. Anyway, thank you for watching. Look out for that next video, which is the red tree over there. You can't see the palette. But I will be doing a red dark magic tree next, so be prepared for that. You guys have a good day. Bye.